play and call it work.
Hey there, Wargaming fans, and welcome to another episode of War of the Realms. Today we got Kenny back here to play some Age of Sigmar. We're doing 2,000 points of Blood and Glory. We're keeping it simple, and Kenny is continuing down the path of Master of No Armies, but plays all of them, for he's trying the Stormcast Eternals for the first time. Luckily, I've been playing them a lot recently, and just throughout Age of Sigmar, so I know them fairly well. I'm playing Nighthaunt because I'm sticking to them, Khorne, and Sylvaneth, just because I think those are my favorite armies.
Well, I play Free Guild, but they don't have what I own, and I don't want to stray from that.
Right. He wants to kind of keep his Free Guild familiar. Mostly it's the General on Griffin you want, I assume.
I love Carl Franz.
Yeah. It's the General on Griffin. So we have Carl Franz. It's Cullen's for his Empire army, but it's not on a circular base. So there's the big, oh no. We have a Mage on Griffin. No, didn't think so. So today it is Stormcast versus Nighthaunt for that reason, and that reason alone, almost. Blood and Glory, simple one. I'll explain that in a moment. Let's get to the game. We're back in the Forge, of course. I forgot to mention that, just because all the other studios are taken up. We cleaned this one up, and gonna play this one. I like this one the most because it's the coolest, temperature-wise, and I guess aesthetics-wise as well.
Yeah, definitely the coolest aesthetics-wise.
And this is my Nighthaunt army. This is like 1980 of 2,000 points. And of course, in some of my recent Age of Sigmar games, we've decided, I've asked my opponent, Kenny suggested it this time actually, that we just add 100 points of free endless spells. So I am bringing the Scythe, the Chest, and the Swords for my endless spells, those two being from the Nighthaunt army. I have a wide array of characters. I got 6 leaders in my Nighthaunt army. I have got my Knight of Shrouds on Ethereal Steed. Nothing special about him. I haven't chosen a relic for him yet. Nah, the relic is going to be the Midnight Tome, making this Guardian of Souls a level 2 wizard, being able to cast 2 spells a turn. He's going to know Shade Mist, as well as his own Spectral Lure spell. We have 2 Spirit Torments, who are going to be following around a couple of groups of Chain Rasp, helping them out. We have Lady Olinder. She is going to be the general. I know she's not the best choice as a general. Her command ability works if she's the general, but other than that, I prefer the other command traits that are available to the Nighthaunt. But it feels wrong not bringing her as a general. Kenny brought his, Celestin Prime as his general, so I felt justified in bringing my Lady Olinder as the general. And we got Kurdos Valentian, actually, as just another character kicking around. He's gonna the Craven King. He's gonna steal Kenny's command points. Maybe this is the first time I brought him in a proper 2,000 point game. I brought him in Triumph and Treachery before, where he doesn't work as well because just nobody selects me as the enemy in the hero phase, and I don't get to steal their command points. And for the spell for Lady Olinder, I'll go Soul Cage because that's a pretty good defensive spell. What Soul Cage allows me to do is I pick an enemy here within 12 inches. If it is successfully cast, they cannot fight until the very end of the fight phase. Everything else gets to fight first. And Shade Mist, of course, on my Guardian of Souls, I choose an enemy unit within, I believe, 18 inches. And, no, sorry, I choose an allied unit within range, and everything that attacks them is -1 to wound. It's a good defensive spell. I like to play the defensive spells when playing the Nighthaunt. And I should mention that the Midnight Tome is a relic that makes a hero a wizard. If they're already a wizard, they can cast 1 additional spell. For my battalion, I have 2 identical squads of Chain Rasp Horde. I started running them in 20s now because it's a little more efficient than one big brick of 40. One brick of 40 never really accomplishes anything. So 2 squads of 20 for battle line, and my third one is going to be this squad of Grimghast Reapers. I'd love to have more of them, but we haven't really enhanced our Nighthaunt army in a while. There's a few things on the list I want to grab, but I guess I'll get to that when I get to that. For now, this is kind of the stock. I like to play this kind of list, or one with a lot of Spirit Hosts, and I'm kind of tired of running Spirit Hosts. And I had some additional points left over because I brought a Morngul, who's 300 points. A Morngul is a very offensive and defensive behemoth to add to the list. He's good at following around my bricks of Chain Rasp and just giving everything to hit them -1 to hit, in addition to Shade Mist, which is -1 to wound. He's really good with the Spirit Host Bomb as well, but it's easy to avoid that big Death Star. I'm trying to find ways to play Death Stars in Age of Sigmar, because that was always my favorite thing to do in Fantasy and 40k. But it's easy to play around them if you're a competent player. And I had some additional points left over. I had about 200 points. No, I had 300 and something. I brought this squad of Hex Rays because they're pretty quick. Maybe they can grab objectives. Maybe they can help out in this Blood and Glory scenario. And I had 100 points left over, so I brought Miremorn Banshees. I almost forgot their name again. I brought the Miremorn. They're 80 points for 4 wounds that are pretty quick. Don't really expect them to do much other than drop on an objective when it might matter. And that's it. That's my list of Nighthaunt. Let's check out the Stormcast. Here we got the Stormcast Eternals by Kenny. What do you got?
All right, well, my free quote-unquote endless spell is going to be the Meteor.
Right.
It looks the best out of everything you guys have.
And it's 100 points. So
and,
that's easy.
You know, it kills... It's my most efficient way of killing these Nighthaunt right now.
With mortal wounds, yeah. It does pulsate mortal wounds out quite a bit. We do have the Celestin Prime, who will be leading the Force.
That is my general, yep.
So the Celestin Prime is not usually the best choice for a general, other than because it kind of hides in reserve for the most part. But it feels wrong not having the Celestin Prime lead Hammer of Sigmar Force, which this is a Hammer of Sigmar Force, correct?
Yes, it is.
And boys have a lot of hammers.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's Kenny's theme. He started building his list, and he's like, "What scheme are they painted? Well, these are the hammers of Sigmar. Ooh, I'll run hammers." And then that's usually where his mind goes. So,
yeah.
Hammers. You'll notice no Judicators, no Sequitors would fall in line with the hammer theme, but no Sequitors here, except for this guy. But his staff is a blunt weapon, so that kind of counts, right?
So that's my Lord Arcanum.
Right. I was gonna say, leave a comment below if you think that the staff counts as a hammer.
It does 1d6 bludgeoning damage in Dungeons and Dragons. So.
Okay.
There you go.
Sure. Well, I definitely won't argue the fact it does bludgeoning damage. What spell do you have on the Lord Arcanum here?
I rolled and got Chain Lightning.
That's not a bad one. More mortal wounds is another way to deal with the Nighthaunt.
And his relic is the mandatory Hammer of Sigmar one, which is the Godforged Blade on his staff.
So his staff, whenever it rolls a 6 to wound, it does an additional damage, I believe?
Its damage characteristic increases by 1.
And because we have the Celestin Prime as the general, he can't take the command trait.
But he gets the command ability.
Yeah, so does this guy too. They both have the command ability where they can bring back Redeemers. Speaking of Redeemers, your triple battle line.
It's all Liberators. All not sword and board.
Yeah, these are all hammers, hammer Liberators with shields. We got a prime. No Grand Hammers because you don't have any in the studio. And this squad's got 2 primes, but this one will be the prime. That fake prime will die first. Yeah. Because I don't think we actually have any more models than that. These are all starter box from Age of Sigmar Beta Edition when it first came out, or dare I say Alpha. Oh, it's a rough time to get an Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, it's a wild time.
The Ballista, standard 100 point, always good.
Yeah, I ran out of Liberators to bring.
There you go, okay. Oh, by the way, also not hammers. They have, like, tools. You could blunt someone to death with them. That's their attack in close combat, so, I mean, I can understand that.
It's the closest we're going to get.
I can never remember what these are called. Concussors?
Concussors, yeah.
They are concussors, yeah.
Yes.
So, is this 1 squad of 4 or 2 squads?
It is 1 squad of 4.
1 squad of 4 concussors. And lastly, one big dumb blob of retributors.
10 retributors with 3 Soulstar Maces.
Because that's all we have.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to take, for every 5 retributors you bring, you can take 2 Star Soul Maces. So we have 10 retributors and 3 maces, because that's our limit. And we have the prime here in the middle, who's kind of covered by Star Soul Maces.
He's hiding.
Right. And again, the maces kind of cover the theme of the hammers. And that's it. There you go. Hammers of Sigmar, 2,000 points.
Easy.
Here is the table for today's game. I'm playing Nighthaunt, so we got the obligatory kind of creepy, swampy, abandoned town near a graveyard over in the corner here. For the terrain in this game, we have the swampy mat here from Urban Mat. We have some fantastic buildings from Tabletop World painted by Greenleaf Terrain. We got some Games Workshop kits in the form of fences and the graveyard stuff over there, and some foreground trees and Greenleaf trees, just old trees we've had throughout time. This is all Greenleaf. And we are playing Blood and Glory, so the table split right down the center like so. There are 4 objectives equally placed. This one's kind of hard to see because it's behind the fence over here. And then we got one opposite that over here. The way this works is starting at the 3rd battle round, if a player controls all 4 objectives, that player wins the game. Simple as that. If that objective is not met by the 5th battle round, whoever controls the most objectives wins the game. If it is still a tie, well, that would be a minor victory, but if it is still a tie, whoever has just killed the most at that point wins. An even more minor victory, a Pyrrhic victory even, mind you. Unless it's like an overwhelming defeat, then it's kind of like a major victory. But that's it. We're going to go ahead and roll off, pick deployments, and start deploying. I'm just going to roll here. I got a 2, 4. What side do you want? That side or that side?
I want this side so you can't have it.
Alright, that side for you.
Yep.
This side for me. And you deploy first. We have finished deploying. I got Valentian over here with Chain Rasp, Guardian Soul, Spirit Torment, and Mournghoul. On my left flank, I have Lady Olender with Chain Rasp and a Spirit Torment. In reserve, I have the Knight of Shrouds with the Grimghast Reapers, the Miremorn Banshee, and the Hex Wraith. Kenny finished deploying first. What have you got on the table here?
I got a squad of 5 Liberators and my Celestar Ballista. 5 Liberators, and my Lord Arcanum.
Lord Arcanum.
We'll just fix that.
And 10 Liberators.
10 Liberators.
And hiding reserve, we of course have the Celestin Prime, 10 Retributors, and the Concussors.
Celestin Prime. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Concussors. Yeah.
But who goes first?
Me.
Alright, it's going to be turn 1 of the Stormcast. So, on your first battle round here, you're going to get a command point because I got Valentian down. He doesn't like that. He says on a 5-up, that's my command point instead. Nope, all yours. Onto that hero phase though, what is the plan?
I'm just going to Mystic Shield myself.
Alright, let's see if you get it on 6. Yep, good enough. I might as well try and stop it. I got my wizard over here. No! We're rerolling ones for Lord Arcanum because they already all reroll ones with their shields. Movement phase!
I'm good where I am. Actually,
You're holding the line?
I'll form a very defensive barrier.
Okay. Boom, done. At the end of your movement phase, anything coming down?
Yes.
Gonna hold back a little bit and just have the Concussors come down. More than 9 away from the front of my lines here. And that's the end of the movement phase, and we're gonna note that the Celestin Prime is getting +2 attack, so every every turn it stays in reserve. Every one of Kenny's player turns he stays in reserve and doesn't come down, he gets +2 attacks with Galmaraz. He's just, this is a really good assassin if anyone's not familiar with him. And we realized Kenny could have cast his Comet, but
I forgot.
But we forgot, I guess. And they're going to go ahead and do the Storm Breath, I assume at the Morngul.
At the Morngul, yeah.
Right. So for every 4-up, the Morngul suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Oh.
You know what? If that's the way she goes, that's the way she goes. That's 4 D3 mortal wounds. He's almost dead. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I get a chance to ignore this damage. That was a terrifyingly good start. We take 9 damage. He's down to 1. I'm just going to keep that over there for now. If that's the way she goes, that's the way she goes, guys. The Ballista is going to shoot as well. Who is the target?
He's going to shoot the Chain Rasp.
Alright, 1 shot, because you're not in short range.
3s.
It hits, but it's actually D6 hits.
It is 2.
Alright. 3s. 1 wound. I ignore the Ren 2, have a 5-up ghost save. We make it.
Good.
I don't lose a ghost. Might as well go to the charge phase. This is clearly the only one, so you need a 9. No, you're 1 off. No re-rolling either.
Oh no.
There's no heroes nearby.
Nope.
So close, yet so far away. With the Ghoul down to 1, I wouldn't worry that much though. He's lost a lot of attacks. I think he went from like 8 to 4 attacks. But with that, there's no morale to take, and this is a simple take and hold objective game, so right on to turn 1 for the Nighthaunt. Into my hero phase, I have Shade Mist, and I'm debating, he's got 1 wound left. He can heal if he slays models, though, that's the thing. I kind of want him to go over there and fight there, and I want Kurdos to get in there, too. If I can deal with these guys, I think this is either 440 points or 520 points. I can't remember, it's one of the two. Are these 260 or 220 each?
I think it's 520.
520? I gotta kill them, because I'll get a good up if I can get them off the table, but they're also super durable. Not a whole lot going on for spells, because she's all within 12 inches, within 18 inches, so nothing's really going on over here. We're going to have her, she might not actually cast any spells at all. This guy, I want a Shade Mist. So I know, okay, he's in Mystic Shield. He fails it. And we might as well try and throw out a Shade Mist. We get a Shade Mist off, so we might as well try and stop that. I got a 7.
Sure.
You need an 8 to stop her. Ooh, so no spells go off. This is not good. We're on to the movement phase. But I might as well try and throw out some endless spells. They're gonna backfire because I want to keep the initiative, so I won't. If I'm going second, I'll start throwing out the endless spells. That's the problem with the endless spells. You don't want to do them if you're going first. Or unless they have an immediate effect, and they won't have an immediate effect right now. So yeah, she's going to pass up her spells. I'm going to go on to the movement phase, where I'm going to run these ghosts out front, an extra 1 inch for a total of 7. Up, up, up they go. I'm going to run the Spirit Torment. I don't need to go the full distance, I just need him to roll 1. Linder will run, an extra 6, that helps. So the good lady is going to fly over here. I don't know if that's a risky position or not. So I currently control this objective, so leaving it under my control for now. Things could come in from reserve and nab it, but... And I can't really protect her from the Celestin Prime. I'm just going to hope that she can tank the hits from the Celestin Prime. Pretty much. Our right flank is all moved up just outside of 3 inches. I'm going to try and get a charge in with Valentian as well. The Morngul going in, it's kind of scary. He's got 1 wound, but the only way to really get a use out of him is just to get in there and get some claws in. He still does a lot of damage even at 1 wound. On my right flank, my Grimghast Reapers and Night of Shrouds come down, trying to threaten the Liberators here and make a fight for that objective. And I've got these Hex Rays trying to flank this Ballista. I don't think the Ballista is a huge threat, but it'd be nice to kill it. It's hard, it has a hard time getting through my armor. And in the shooting phase, I've got nothing, so I'm only down to charges, where I'm going to try and charge with Valentian first. Well, he makes it with a 7, I'm almost certain. So he'll go there, and then the Mourngul will charge in. He gets a 7, he's good. And then he'll land over there with his fly, and then lastly, the Chain Rasp we're going to charge. 5 is good enough. We're going to end up like that. I'm going to try and get the Spirit Torment in there. Oh, 3 actually fails. Oh, come on, guys.
You got a command point.
No, I don't want to use a command point. That's, I got to figure out a spot. We're content like this. This is all good. We're going to charge them, and we still have to charge this Hex Rays. Do the Hex Rays first. They fail. I'm not going to, well, I can't reroll. Now these guys attempting to charge. Big numbers would be great. Ooh, do I use a command point on the reroll? I think I want to keep the command point almost. I almost want to charge him in too. But I'm not going to because I'm just going to hold back. And I think I'm happy enough with just this nonsense over here. And I will, I'll go first with the Mourngul. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just give him a little bop on the head.
Right. There's only one of them can attack me. But
that's 6 attacks.
It is a lot. So I am going to go with the Mourngul. Maybe I can kill a couple guys off. Or maybe just kill one off. Alright, the Mourngul here is hitting on 3s. He's rerolling 1 stick because he's wholly within 12 of there, and he's wounding on 2s because of him. So reroll the 1. Alright, they all hit. He's wounding on 2s. Alright, we got, I think it's 6s, yeah, Frightful Touch. So 4 wounds at -1. 4 up armor saves, rerolling 1s. Huh. Alright, you take 6 damage.
That kills 1.
I killed 1! And also does 1 damage to something else. Or one of them. That dude there? Alright. So 1 dies, and that guy goes down wounded, and then you get to pick and fight with them. It looks like it's 1 over there, I assume, and 2 over here?
Yep.
Alright. Which one are you doing first? You want to save him for last?
No, I'll do him first.
Do him right away. The only thing to note is you're -1 to hit, but unmodified 6s to hit cause mortal wounds still.
So
4s to hit.
4s to hit? All hit?
They all hit, and he's wound on 3s. We got 3 wounds. 4 up armor saves on my poor guy. Oh, jeez. Where's that Mystic Shield? It wouldn't really help that much. Those are 2 damage each, I think, or are they 1? Alright, we'll see if he's just dead here, so you know how to do the Drake. Here's 4 of the 6. Yeah, he's dead. He buckles over and dies. Now we can do the attacks into my Chain Rasp, because he got him dead to rights. I want to imagine that the initial shot from the Storm Breath was a game-winning shot. I actually felt kind of what's the word? Defeated, thank you. I felt defeated the second you got 4 hits and
he got demoralized.
Yeah.
He was just like, I feel like conceding.
Yeah. It's one of those, you ever play a game at home and something so ridiculous happens on turn 1, it's just like, we might as well just start the game again. That was one of those things for me. We'll see though, you never know. The game, it's a dice game in the end.
That's true.
So 6 attacks, still 3s because the Mourngul is still technically alive.
4s then.
Yeah, sorry, 4s and 6s are good. So the 3s haven't really come up yet. So there's 1 mortal wound so far. I'll keep track of that. And then you can roll that too. And these wound on 3s. 2 5-ups. So we make 1. So that's a total of 3 damage in the pool. And then the Dracoth attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 4s.
No rerolling. And these wound on 3s. 6s are really good.
No 6s.
5 up armor. I'm making 2 of them, so that's a total of 4 damage in the pool for the Chain Rasp. And they have a 6 up to ignore this damage because they have a hero wholly within 12. So 2 of the Chain Rasp go down. We'll make it, I want to make it 2 that aren't really helping that much. So these 2 aren't really helping all that much. Mr. Valentian will pile in because he charged. And he's just going to go ahead and give a mace attack to these guys. 5 attacks with a scepter hitting on 3s. I don't think the Frightful Touch matters. It's only for his handlers. He's going to have +1 to wound, so wounding on 2s. There's 1-1, and there's no 6s. 4 at -2, so you have 5 ups.
Rerolling the 1.
So 3 D3 damage. So 2, 3, 4 damage so far. 6 attacks on 4s, rolling 1s. Oh, there's no. Oh, there is a mortal wound. So there's 1 mortal wound so far, and he's wound on 3s now. So we got 3 wounds at no rend. I actually had a 3 in the hits there, which was a miss. I'll just say one of the 4s to wound was a fail. We got 2 wounds, so 3 ups. You're fine. So it's just 1 more. So 5 damage in total. So he dies, and then he'll go down to 4. And then I'll go ahead with the Chain Rasp, who can't pile in because they suffered a mortal wound. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 attacks from the Chain Rasp.
20 attacks.
Actually 19 attacks because of him. And since I can't pile in, I can't get anyone else there, which is rough. Here's all their attacks hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, because they have Spirit Torment nearby. Boop. These guys would be pretty strong if they have Frightful Touch. And these wound on 3s, rerolling 1s because they're unisize. Alright, we have got 5 9 wounds. Got a 3-up armor saves here, rerolling 1s. Oh, this is looking good for you. 1 damage. Alright, bringing them down. That's pretty much it. The only thing we have, at the start of the Battle Shock phase, I don't think I killed enough models. It has to be 3 or more enemy models, so I only killed the 2. So Battle Shock for my turn, I can't possibly fail with 10. Bravery 11 currently, and I only lost 2. You, on the other hand, could fail on a 6. No. So you lost 2, that's a total of 7, which is your Bravery. So you're +1, -1.
Yeah.
Hammer Sigmars go up by 1, Nighthaunt brings it down by 1.
We're breaking even.
Exactly. So these 2 go away as well. And thus brings us to the top of turn 2, and who's gonna go? You win ties. I win ties? You win ties? You win ties. 5. I need 6. No. Unless you want me to go. No, I assume you want to go.
I go. Nice try.
So turn 2 Stormcast. Alright, do you get your command point? Does Valentian say you can have it? Hey, it's mine. Right, I get another command point and you're stuck at 1.
Good thing.
That was cool. Now he's worth bringing. I'm happy he's here. So your hero phase, you have endless spells, you got
Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning then, alright, let's see if you get it. Ooh, is it a 7? Back up a second to my turn where I killed this model over here in close combat. He would have actually, or either one of them, it doesn't really matter. Cycle of the Storm would have kicked him and gave him an extra wound. So all that really does is heal that unit by 1. That's once per turn Cycle of the Storm kicks in, as long as that model is within 18 inches of this Lord Arcanum. And now your spell is done. Well, sorry, it's a 7.
It failed.
It's a 7 to cast, so that fails. This concludes the hero phase. We move on to the movement phase. This guy's the prime here, right? Or is this guy? So this is the fake prime. All right. So
yeah, here's the nicer base.
They move 5 inches. Ending there. What about this little protection squad? They're going to move over, shoot me over a bit.
You're going to go
that
over?
same formation. Ending there. Is he going to just shuffle in there? Yeah, he is. Libera's going to fight my Hex Raids.
You're making things hard for me?
I am. There they are. Boy, the Ballista. The Ballista can move and fire still. It doesn't suffer any penalties. I think it moves 3.
It's just going to shuffle back a bit then.
Hey. And at the end of the movement phase, the Prime does decide to show up. So it only has +2 attacks, but that's more than enough to assassinate Lady Olinder. In addition, the Retributors also showed up within 12 inches of the Prime, just in case we need the charge reroll command point for them. There is still 1 in Kenny's pool. But other than that, it's shooting phase. He is going to pick a point within 24 inches, being right there. Everything within D6 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds. And it's going to be
D6 inches?
6, so it's going to be all of that. Also your guys.
Yeah, that's not...
Comet literally crashes down and hits everything over here. We'll do your concussors first. They're going to suffer 3, bringing him down to 1. So he doesn't kill him. Which is interesting because that still keeps him in combat. We might as well do my guy, Kurdos there. He takes 1, maybe? He does take 1, so I'll put that there. Quick little reminder. My Chain Rasp suffer 3. They have 6 to ignore. They lose 3. Go 1, 2, and I guess we'll take you. The Spirit Torment suffers 1, maybe. It does. So he'll take 1. Quick little reminder. And lastly, my Guardian of Souls.
1.
Okay. No. Kurdos is going to have 6 remaining wounds. Storm Breath. Both into the Chain Rasp.
Yeah.
4 ups to hit. They both hit 2d3 mortal wounds. That's 3. I ignore on 6s. 3 more go down. We'll take you, and you, I suppose. That's 6 dead this turn. Ballista is going to fire 4 shots at my Hex Raids. You can scroll up here if you want. There you go.
1 hit.
The guaranteed 1 hit. D6. 6. So it's not guaranteed, I should say, but it's very likely. So D6 hits with wound on 3s. I have no hero nearby. So that is going to be 5 wounds. 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
4 up armor. Woo, that is sure 1 dead and a half. You'll die because you're kind of far in the back. And the half wound will go in the guy in the trees. Charging the Celestin Prime first. Needs a 9. But as long as you, yeah. So once per turn? You can change any die to any number you want.
On specific things, but one of them is charges.
Yeah, one of them is charges, so we're just going to move this out of the way just because we don't feel like balancing on there, and you can just boop right into Lady Olinda.
Hello, friend.
Retributors are still within 12, so we're going to try a charge. You could command point reroll that if you want to. You only have one.
Or
are you happy keeping them back?
I'm outside of 3 inches of the chain rasp.
No, it looks like you're within 3 of the
Well,
chain
then
rasp.
I'm rolling.
You could, if you wanted to avoid that, go something like that.
I guess.
There you go. I'm gonna reroll anyways. Need a 9. No. Fail, but they can do something next turn. Liberators attempt to charge the Hex Rays. Don't even know what they need. That's
Not bad.
That's a fail. Liberators over here into my ghosts.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's good. We'll end like that. Is that the only charge? Well, the only other charge? He is going to use the command ability at the start of the fight phase, the Lord of Geist, giving this squad +1 to their attack characteristic. So all their weapons get +1 attack. And remember that Shock and Awe takes into effect for the Prime. He's -1 to hit this turn. We'll go with these Liberators first because they have all these attacks.
Just gonna wrap around.
Piling in, getting a couple more guys in, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 attacks. Hitting on 4s, winning on 3s. So the attacks on 4s, no re-rolling. 3s. And these are 4-up armors. Oh, I get averages there. And they're 1 damage each, so you kill 1 guy.
Great.
That'll kill off, we'll say you.
You should,
I kind of want to go with Lady Olender just to maybe eke out a couple of wounds on the Celestin Prime here to try and get lucky and finish him off next turn. So I will. I'm going to go with Lady Olender. Maybe I'm going to get lucky. And I'm going to hope the concussors don't do much. It's a dumb idea, but I'm going to do it anyways. So she's just going to go over here, stare at him, and do a scream. Due to the Banshee, Handmaiden, Spectral Claws on 5s because of Shock and Awe. Rerolling 1s. 3 hits. 2 wounds at no rend. 1 damage. So down to 7, and then she has got her Staff of Midnight, which has 3 attacks, hitting on 4s because of Shock and Awe. Rerolling 1s though. Ooh, double wound, but the Shock and Awe helped. Double wound. -2. 1d3 damage. 2 damage, bring them down to 5. The next logical choice are the concussors. Everything into the chain rasp. So we have the hammers first. 3s. Ooh, there's a couple mortal wounds in the pool. And 3s to wound. 2. 5-up armor, ignoring the rend. And then that's 3 damage in the pool. No, wait, no, that's 4, because they're 2 damage each. And 6 attacks with the Drakos on 3s. And wounding on 3s. 6s are good. No 6s, and 3 wounds. 3 wounds. Ooh, those all fail. So that's 3 plus 4 from earlier. To ignore damage on 6s. That means 6 more die. They're already not piling in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will die. 1 more. Mr. Valentian will pile in because he's already within 3, and he's going to attempt to do some damages. 5 attacks with his Scepter, hitting on 3s, rerolling any 1s. Ah, poo roll. Poo roll, poo roll. We got 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Oh, we got double wound though. So 2 5-ups because of the rend. You make 1. It's going to be a total of 3 damage so far. 3 damage so far, hitting on 4s with these guys. So that's 2 mortal wounds, and these wound on 3s for 4 more damage. 4 more wounds. So that's a total of 4 plus 3. So that's 7. So he's going to take 3, and then come back to life with 1 wound because of the Cycle of the Storm. So he'll take the 4th one, and then he'll take 3, going down to 2. So he'll go down, and then he'll be left alive. Now we get to see how many 4-ups I can maybe make. Woo, boy! The Galmaraz, what has he got, 5 attacks? Alright, Galmaraz, let's see if you hit. 3s to hit. That's a good start. 2s to wound. Alright, 4 wounds. I ignore the rend because I'm a ghost. There we go. Only
take 3 damage.
3 damage, which I maybe ignore. I take 2 damage. So she is down to 5. Her living is huge. The Chain Rasp get 2 guys attacking because they can't pile in. Hitting on 4s. Reroll the 1. We got 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Reroll the 1. 4. No, never mind. Just 2 wounds. Does he die? He wants to, though. He's trying to kill himself. So he goes down to 1. I'm going to go with the Knight of Shrouds first before I attack with them. So the Knight of Shrouds has 4 attacks. A 1 hit. And 1 wound at -2. That's 2 damage so far. It's only -1, but that's still a failed saving throw. 2 attacks with the hooves, both miss, so it kills 1 with him. And then, that's all of your attacks. So I'll go with these guys. They're already all in range to attack, so they'll do so. 4s to hit with the Reapers. Reaper like Corn will come into play, so I get to reroll any failed hit rolls. And the reroll, yeah, it helps. 3s to wound, rerolling nada. -1 puts you at a 5 up, rolling any ones. No ones, so that's 1 dead.
2.5.
Oh, yeah, because the rend. So I do a total of 5 damage, and I have to attack with the death knell now. Gonna kill 2 there, and then wound that guy, and then the death knell will attack. He's got 2 attacks because of the command ability. They both hit. 1 wounds. Got a rend. I think it's rend 1. That's a fail, so it does 2 damage. So it just kills the 1.
And kills another.
And then 1 damage will spill over, and it inflicts a mortal wound, which would kill that one. Bravery, it's your turn. You have to do yours first. The bravery 8 down to 7, and he rolled a 6. So you lost 11 guys. So you're losing 4 more. That was a bad roll. So 2 stick around. Wait, you only should lose 4, right?
Yeah.
Well, 1 guy lives, which is kind of good because that means well, he's not locked in combat, but they still are. He can't stand. I can't fail my morale, so he's sticking around. Spend a command ability to keep them around. Which puts me at 0, which is the command ability I got from having him on the table. But I should also heal with the Spirit Torment. So Spirit Torment, because was it like at least before those 4 died, at least 3 over there died. It was actually at the start of the battle shock phase before I spent the command point before they run away. So I only killed 5 there, plus the one over here for 6. So he can heal 3 wounds back to them. He is going to heal 3 wounds back to her. So she goes back to full. So I can only activate that ability once per Spirit Torment for every 3 models slain. And if there's Stormcast Eternals, it's an automatic 3 on the D3. So the way this would work is I would return 3 to the unit and then auto pass their morale. Over here I only lost 1, so they don't have to test either. That brings us to the end of turn 2 for the Stormcast Eternals. We're going to go on to the Nighthaunt turn, and this is going to be pretty important. So my plan is, well, I'll let you know in a moment. Start of my hero phase, I have to lift the veil. So she lifts up her veil, and I pick an enemy unit within 12 inches that is visible to her, and on a 1 nothing happens, on a 2 up it suffers that many mortal wounds. It is definitely the Celestin Prime here. This is a huge roll. This roll determines the game. A 1 is going to break my heart. 3. So he suffers 3 mortal wounds, he goes down to 2. And she does have other tech built in. Grave Sands of Time. This is once per battle. In my hero phase, I pick an enemy hero within 6 inches and they suffer D6 mortal wounds. Or I can heal myself for D6 wounds. In this case, on a 2 up, the Celestin Prime is dead. He's dead. Got him. Got him with the mortal wounds. That's huge for me. So my plan now that worked, everything here just runs forward and tries to outpace these Retributors. Sure, I'll give up this objective, but I think I can push and take that objective in the next 3 turns. The Guardian of Souls is going to cast Spectral Lure. I pick a summonable unit within range, and they get D6 models back. This goes off on a 6. I get it. Would you like to stop it? All right. So they're going to get D6 models back to the unit. 4. Those 4 back returning. And here is where I need to get a little lucky. I could Shade Mist. I don't think I really need to, though. Not a lot of threats over here. If I can get a big Arcane Bolt off, I could kill him. Cycle of the Storm will keep him alive if I roll just a puny little number. But Arcane Bolt, I didn't get the big one. I got 1 mortal wound. That's my only spell over here, so you might as well try and stop it. No. So 1 mortal wound to him, but Cycle of the Storm brings him back. Lady Olinda, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to attack them if I can pull off a couple spells here. She's going to cast Grief Stricken on them, which is a 7. Ah, she fails. Alright, so I'm not going to do any of that nonsense. I'm going to Mystic Shield instead. So she gets that, and she's going to put it on the Chain Rasp Horde. And they're going to be rerolling 1s. Because if I could have Grief Stricken them and then Soul Shackled them, they fight last. I'll charge everything into them, and then they'll fight last. And maybe that'll amount to something. That's it for the hero phase. On to the movement phase. That's all tied up. He's actually not tied up, but they are. Guardian of Souls and Spirit Torment both move up. Knight of Shrouds moves 12 inches to over here. We're going to move forward and try and do some damage over here. Hopefully he doesn't die to some nonsense. Going to run Lady Olinda. She's going to go 10 inches. She's going to take her over here. I'm just trying to outrun those Retributors. They're a little too big of a threat. The Chain Rasp Horde will run an extra 4 for 10 inches. Jumping in front of the Mausoleum there. Spirit Torment running. 4. Good enough to get him. Right there. He's rolled the same as the Chain Rasp every turn. I'm going to go with the Hex Rays, moving over this way. I'm going to go fight a Celestar Ballista. Hex Rays, moving over here. That should be it for my movement. Lady Olinda is going to do Wail of the Damned in the shooting phase, which is not a shooting attack, just an ability in the shooting phase. Every enemy unit within 10 inches is affected. It's just those Liberators. Alrighty. I need to roll, I think, a 9. No, not good enough. That's the extent of my shooting. Charging. I did not get the Nighthaunt charge. We'll go to there. So this is currently under my control, but once something moves within range, it's yours. Actually, no, it's still yours. It's 6 inches in Age of Sigmar. Let's see if we can't make this charge.
You got it.
What a surprise. I made it. End up like this, so I'm more than 3 inches away there. And with him in base to base there, he's going to pile up over the building with flying in there, and then that guy will just take his spot. We're going to start with this guy just to get rid of this or I should say, attempt to get rid of this concussor.
Do it.
Boop. That mace hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
You're rolling 1s.
There we go. We got 1 miss and 2s to wound.
Don't do it.
All right, they all wound.
You're bad.
These are 5 ups. He's dead. All right, that's D3 damage each. 2d3 damage, and you've already used Cycle of the Storm, so he will go down. So they pile in. We have 4 guys attacking for a total of 9 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Nope, 3s because I have more than 5 wounds. But boy, does that not matter. 3s to wound. That's pretty good. 1 fail. 4 up armor. I take maybe 3. I take 1 damage.
Fine.
All right. He's down to 5. He's already attacked. I might as well go with... All right, he was closest to this guy, so he's going to pile in over this way and make room for you to get in. 4 guys attacking with their scythes on 4s. I know re-rolling, but that's a mortal wound. So just 1 mortal wound. And then here's the hooves on 4s. Got 3 hits.
And then 5s.
And 5s. Okay, 1 wound. Well, that wasn't that great. He's down to 6. And you get to fight back over... Oh, I guess you might as well do the Liberator. 1 prime. Hit 3 attacks on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. 4 up armor. Alright, double 6. Darn. Shrouds will go ahead and attack. He's got 4 attacks on 3s with his sword. And 3s. Got 2 at -1.
5 ups.
5 ups. Reroll the 1. So it does 2 damage and kills 1. And if he ever kills anything with the sword, he heals a wound. Blech. It's only if I kill heroes with that. I guess that'd be too good otherwise. Horsey. 1 hit. No wounds. That is it. And you got your crew on the ballista. Forced to hit. And forced to wound. Alright.
Alright.
Go ahead and pile in. Are you just gonna pull it? I'll do the pile in. And go ahead.
Whoops.
Oops, dead. The battle shock phase, they could... No, they can't fail. Because they're down to 7 base. -1. No, you can't possibly fail there. And at the start of the battle shock phase, 3 things died. And they were Stormcast. So I killed 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there.
And 1 over there.
Oh yeah, I killed the prime too. So 3 of them come back. 3 return over there. And that is it for battle shock. No nonsense happened over there. Now it's a roll off. Could I have a die, please, sir? Where you win ties. Now we had 100 points of free endless spells, still haven't used them. That's how bad endless spells are, folks.
I forgot.
And I just haven't had the opportunity to use them. Oh, you win. Boop. Alright.
Alright.
I assume it's going to be Stormcast.
Yep.
Alright. Do 1 quick correction. He was within 2-inch reach, so we can do a whoppity with the staff.
Hitting on, I forgot to check.
3s. It's a lord.
3s.
Yeah, -1.
Yeah.
D3 damage. Very, very average.
6s to wound are...
D3 plus 1. Here, you got 2 wounds. 4 of armor. Alright.
Oh, wow.
Now it's your turn. Right, on to your hero phase. Now it's your turn proper.
Arcane Bolt.
Alright, let's see it. Oh, big one. Oh, it's a big one. That's D6 mortal wounds. I might as well try and stop it. I don't. So D6 mortal wounds, because he's the Lord Arcanum. Boy, am I surely probably going to die here. I think Kenny just wants to go suicide me. So I'm down to 1 wound left.
I'll smash 3 vials.
Are you just skipping your movement phase, skipping your shooting phase?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so at the start of the fight phase, you're going to smash all 3 of your vials?
Yeah, I lose anyway. Let's see if I can kill him at least.
Alright, and I ignore these on 6s? No, he dies.
Yeah, game over.
You can see.
Good game. You win.
Alright, here, awkward left-hand handshake.
It's like an awful meme. Stop laughing.
This is bad. Colin's laughing in the corner.
Why are you still going? That's so weird. Yeah, it is.
It's really weird. It's really weird. So, okay, that game was a weird turnaround there. But that's the end of the game, folks. You know, we're going to jump into the vault for a post-game chat to discuss where that turned around. Otherwise, happy wargaming.
Happy wargaming. If I don't say
Happy wargaming.
Yeah, if you don't say it, he'll keep going. I already said it.
Get out of here. Snap.
Say it again.
In unison. 3, 2, 1. Happy Wargaming.
Awesome, thank you everyone.
Nice.
Hey there folks, Luka from MiniWarGaming jumping into the vault to play another game of Age of Sigmar, and again it's Saturday, and I brought my friends in, and we're doing a 2v2 with 1,500 points per player. We got Sean on his phone, and we got Jason and Jason in the corner near the computer. And
why are you like this? Why would you take a video of me like that?
I'm sorry, just caught you off guard.
Yeah, I feel so violated.
We got Stormcast, we got Beastclaw, we got Nighthaunt, and we got Skaven. If you're not a Vault member, click on that link below, and you get this game for free, 7-day free trial. You know how it works. And, you know, thousands of other videos in the Vault as well as painting tutorials, narrative campaigns, 40k, 30k, you name it, we got it.